Hi everyone, this is the tutorial for the Craving. My name's Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. Okay, so there are two versions of this song that they've released. There's the single version and then there's Jenna's version. Now, they all use the same chords, so we'll go over those first, and then I'll break down each part and how they differ, because both versions are very different to one another. So, at the start of the song, there's a few chords that we need, and those chords are C major, which is 3 on the A string, 2 on the D, open G, 1 on the B and an open E string. That's the first chord we'll need for both versions. There's a G major chord, which is a 3 on the high E string, 2 on the A, 0, 0, 0, and then a 3 on the high E string. We have, probably the trickiest chord of the full thing, a B7 chord. We have 2 on the A string, 1 on the D, 2 on the G, open B string, and 2 on the high E string. If you know a B dominant 7 chord in a bar chord version, that's the same thing. And later on we have a B minor. That's the other chord we need for the first part of the song, which is going to be a bar chord, which is 2, 4, 4, 3 on the B, and then 2 on the high E. Now those chords are going to be the ones that we focus on for the start of the song in both versions, and for the single version there is strumming, and what they have is this. So there's kind of one big strum, followed by lots of strums where I'm playing down and up. So it's down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, all the way through that, which if you're counting along is 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Now you play that one strumming pattern for each of those chords in order. However, for Jenna's version of the same song, we have more of a... And what's happening is they put a little finger on for the C chord. And what I'm doing is playing the higher 3 strings, followed by the lower of whatever the chord is. So the lowest note of the chord. And I'm going back and forth. Same chords. Apart from that C has the little finger. But yeah, I'm just going back and forth with the higher parts and the lower parts. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Basically, for the Jenna's version song, do that strumming pattern, well, that finger picking pattern, all the way through the song, no matter what chord you're on. So that was the intro. Now let's have a look at the first verse. And looking over to my notes, it's exactly the same. So you just keep playing the same chords. So we have the C to the G, B7 to the E minor, then C to the G, followed by B minor there. We then have a pre-chorus, and on the single version, we sustain the chords of A minor. Now that's a new chord. We have an open A string, 2, 2 on the D and G strings, 1 on the B, and an open E string after that. What we will do is sustain that for 8 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that chord there is a C major chord. A really short kind of pre-chorus that links us into the chorus. Now, the chorus has quite a lot of chords going on, and it changes kind of every few parts. So if you are interested in getting the chord charts for this to help play along with the song, as well as the chords and the lyrics matching up, head on over to Patreon. There is a link to that in the description, and you get everything right out professionally. Saves you from writing out and potentially making mistakes, and it's just a couple of dollars. So check that out. However, to go over those chords, we have E minor, C, G, then E minor, C, G, and then B7. So that's the first half of the chorus. There's even more. We have E minor, C, then G, then E minor, even more, C, and then this chord of D major. That's the last new chord we'll need for this song. And to play D major, we have a open D string, 2 on the G, 3 on the B, and 2 on the high E string. And we play that for 4 bars to get the end of the chorus. And again, if you're playing Jenna's version, you're playing You're just going back and forth with those over the chords. Now at this point we start to get a bit of repetition. We have a second verse, so after that chorus go straight to a second verse, and it is exactly the same as the first verse, which is the C major, G, B7, E minor, then back to the C to G, and then the B minor chord at the end. We then have another pre-chorus after that second verse, A minor to C, no difference at all. In fact, just before we get to a bridge section, there is a second chorus, and that second chorus exactly the same as the first one, so thankfully everything just repeats itself. However, speaking of the bridge, we start off with a C major chord, G, B7, E minor. It then carries on, C, G, B minor, so it's a bit like a verse. However, A minor's next, and C. So it kind of takes the verse and the pre-chorus, puts it together with different lyrics and calls it the bridge. Now unfortunately there's a little bit more, so yeah, maybe check out the stuff over on Patreon to get the full structure. But looking up my notes, we have another chorus, and the chorus is slightly different this time, only slightly though. So I'm going to play the full part so you can either make notes yourself or follow along on the song. We have E minor, C, G, followed by E minor, C, G to B7. We then have E minor, C, G. We'll do that one more time. However, at this point, we stay on E minor, go to D major, and then we go to an outro. And the outro, exactly the same as the bridge section that we played earlier, which was C to G, B7 to E minor, C to G and B minor, and then A minor to C. There's a ton of chords. I really like this song, but yeah, lots of chords to think about. So whether you're playing the single version or whether you're playing Jenna's version, all the chords are the same. The only difference is on Jenna's version, they add in that finger on the C chord. But yeah, it's just all to do with how you play it, whether it's strumming or whether you're playing. Regardless, just follow the same structure. So if you are interested in getting the content over on Patreon, please follow the link in the description. And the people who will get that straight away are the people on the screen. Those are my active patrons. So the moment this video goes live, they'll get it and they can just jam along to the song straight away. So thanks to them for their support. Thanks to you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.